Hey friend, welcome back to the kitchen. We are doing our second attempt at our sourdough loaf. This, if you watched the video, our first attempt was attempted with a 14-day-old whole wheat sourdough starter. And it is very, very cold here. And it's cold in the house. So our first attempt, I'm not going to say was an epic fail, but it was definitely a learning experience. So I'm going to link that one in the description box just so you can kind of go back and see that, because this is definitely just a learning experience and we're just having fun along the way. So I changed up a few things from that attempt. And what we're going to do, we are sticking with the basic recipe. I'll put in the description box what we're going to change on this one, but this is kind of the main thing that I've changed. Last night at about 9 o'clock, I fed our starter. It is now 12 o'clock the next day. I left the starter in the microwave overnight. And then when I woke up, it was about 6 o'clock this morning, I stuck it in the oven with just the light on, just the light. And this is, I've been watching it and she has been rising. This is actually Dopey, but we call her a girl. Anyway, been rising, and I haven't showed you yet because I'm super excited about it, but has just continuously been rising, slowly, but rising. And then we got a dome at the top, and from everything that I have read, once the dome kind of falls and kind of depresses in the middle, then it's time to bake. So that's actually just happened. And like I said, it's 12 o'clock. So what is that? 12, 13, 14, 15 hours is the time span that we're looking at. Had I put it in the stove the whole time, it would have probably happened quicker. But just for reference sake, what I did, that's what we done. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you in all of its glory the most I have ever seen it rise. We were at 200 last night. I did, how did I feed? Let's see. We had 80 grams of starter, and I fed 80 grams of flour and 80 grams of water last night. So we were at roughly 200 last night, like right at the top of this line, and we are up here now. So super excited. And like I said, it was domed on the top, and I don't know if you can see now, but it's pretty much level at this point. So I'm going to take the lid off, and the smell has stayed just consistent the whole time. So there were maybe a couple of days where it kind of got like stout. I don't know how to describe that. Besides that, it was very tangy smelling. But this is what she looks like right now, and you can see it kind of goes to the side as I pour it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, so the more I pour, and then she starts kind of like stringing away. So I'm going to pull you all down here, and we are going to, whoop, not do that. Sorry for the whole little shaking. I'll try to, okay. We're going to go ahead and start measuring. I'm using the scale because I want to stay as consistent as possible right now until we kind of get a feel for all of this. So let's go ahead and put our bowl on and tare out, okay, to 0. And then this recipe actually calls, let me show y'all again just how pretty she is. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so this recipe actually calls for 160 grams of starter. And you'll see everything that I do different compared to what we did in the first attempt. So I'm just going to show you all this. You can hear, and I'm very, 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 very excited. So we're going to go ahead and see, she deflated pretty quick like, but once you kind of stir down in here, it kind of strings away. Will we end up in the same predicament that we did last attempt? Who knows, but we are going to do a few things different and just see what happens. So let's measure out 160 grams of starter. And let me see if I can, so you all can kind of see how I'm pouring this. I don't know if I can do this like wrong-handed. So you can kind of see the consistency of it. We're gonna do 160 grams. So, don't turn off on me. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and just pour. I'm not sure. She kind of deflated, and I don't know. I don't know if that's good or bad, or like I said, if we're going to end up just like we did before. Who knows? But anyway, we're going out to 160. Okay. Are we at 100? Okay, we're at 160. So, okay, that leaves us this much in here, so we'll clean that up in a second. We're going to go ahead and get our dough mixed up. We need 290 grams of water, so I'm going to tear out the scale, and then I want to try to get you all to where you can see. Let me bring you down just a little. Okay, that way. Okay, now we're going to do 290 grams of water. Perfect. Okay. So we have 290 grams of water, and then we're just going to mix this up. The idea is that we do this together, so everybody is not having to waste all of the flour. So we're going to go through a couple of bags anyway until we figure this out. And again, in this recipe, this is the same recipe, same basic principle recipe that we used on the first attempt, but this time what we're changing is we are going to, instead of using all whole wheat flour, I'm going to use half whole wheat and half all-purpose, and we're also going to knead this and do like thorough stretch and folds, and we're going to do the bulk ferment, all of that stuff. We're doing all of that to see if, you know, it does make a huge difference, because we're just testing this stuff out. So we've got this good and mixed, and I'm going to tear out the scale, and what we're going to do is, this recipe calls for 410 grams of flour. So what we're going to do is try to get as close as we can to 205. This is actually what we have left of our whole wheat flour. So where we at? Okay, I'm going to try to do 205 of the whole wheat if we have that much. So we'll see kind of as we go, but we are aiming for 205. Okay, so we have 205 whole wheat, and then we're going to do 205 all-purpose. So let me tear that out. Okay, So now we're going to do 205 all-purpose. We're almost there. Okay. So we have 205 whole wheat and 205 all-purpose. So now we're just going to kind of get this wet. The more that I make this, the more I'm just absolutely like amazed that our ancestors used to like come up with this stuff, first of all, and then they did this without the scales. Oh, the scales and like the fancy tools, which we don't really have to have the fancy stuff as far as that goes, but how they just basically went by feel and look, and it just, I don't know, it's just amazing to me. Here, if my oven, if I couldn't set it to like a actual temperature and they cook this stuff just on fire, I don't know, I'm just that is just absolutely mind-blowing, just how accustomed we are to, spoiled I guess would be a better word, to this stuff. It's just insane. Anyway, okay, so now that I've got this kind of just a little shaggy, you can kind of see how it's a little mixed up, but we still could use some work. I'm going to just go ahead and add the salt just kind of over top, and we need 8 grams of salt. So, whoop, hang on, we're not zeroed. Okay, now we are. What'd I say, 8? Okay, we're gonna do 8 grams, and I'm just gonna kind of sprinkle it all around. That way, hopefully it'll be mixed around good. Okay, and we will call that good. Okay, now I'm gonna get off this scale so that way I can kind of mix this up a little more. And then I think I'm gonna use my hand just a little, just a second, because we're gonna be very hands-on with this dough. That's the plan. I got very, very excited about the starter raising so much. Okay, so we're gonna just go ahead. Let's get all this off here. And I don't know. I'm trying like to just look at this as experimenting and having fun, because it is not that serious, guys. I want something that doesn't have to be, I should have probably went against this with my other hand, but anyway, okay. I'm wanting something that's just, that's just fun, and I'm just gonna mix this. Stop overanalyzing. Goodness gracious. Okay. And we're just gonna, I'm not really doing any kind of anything, just mixing around, trying to get most of it off the sides and make sure all of that salt that I added is kind of mixed up in here. And what we're gonna do, yeah, I definitely should have wet my hands a little, but what we're gonna do is go with this, and then I'm going to cover this for about 30 minutes, just let it rise, and then we will come back and I'll show you how it looks. So I'm gonna wash my hands and get this covered. So it's been an hour, and we're going to do our first set of stretch and folds, and I'm going to wet my hand just to make this a little easier, because it doesn't stick quite so bad if your hands are wet. And this actually feels, I don't know, it feels okay. It's not as sticky as it was, but it also doesn't appear to have risen any at all. Okay, so to do stretch and folds, I just think of it as kind of a clock. So we got 12, 3, 6, and 9, and I'm going to just start at 12, pull up a little bit, do a little jiggle jiggle, fold it down, turn to where now 3 o'clock's here, wiggle up, wiggle, 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 down, and now we're doing 6 o'clock, wiggle, 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 and then 9 o'clock. Okay, so the plan, the goal of this is just to, and this I'm just doing while I'm talking, so is just to help build structure. So that's what we're trying to do, and we shall see. That's just a little lopsided ones. So and see how that just tore? That means it wasn't ready, and I overdone it. So we're going to just apologize because we're so sorry and then cover this up, and we'll be back in 30 minutes to do another set. And I'm gonna try to be like easy. I don't know, we'll see. We're just gonna see how this goes. Okay, so on to our second set of stretch and folds. Again, 12, 3, 6, and 9. And I don't know, guys. That seemed good. We're just gonna do this a day at a time, loaf at a time, and see how this works, because it seems like actually this is a lot better. And I try to tell myself not to get discouraged, and apparently I'm gonna have to tell myself that continuously, because when I say it's not that serious, I'm talking to myself and anybody that needs to hear that, because there is so much stuff that we have to be serious about. This is going to be our little escape, and I have talked myself through 2 sets of little stretch and folds. So we're going to cover and come back for our next motivational speech in 30 minutes. Back for our third set of stretch and folds, and like I can smell the sourness. So I don't know what that means. No idea, just sharing it with you all. It's like, oh, it smells really good. So I don't know, maybe that's a good sign. We are like taking our time with this. That's the plan. We're slowing down, and so far, I don't know, it seems to be going better than last time. Who knows? Covering, and we'll be back in 30. We're back to our last set of stretch and folds. So wet our hand, and then we're just going to make these count. So we're going to do a little stretchy and fold. Okay, now after this set, we're going to cover and let sit at room temperature for about 5 hours. So it seems like it's actually a lot of time invested, but the actual hands-on time is really not that much. So I'm feeling pretty good about how it looks. We're gonna cover, and I actually feel a lot better than I did last time. So we're gonna cover and leave at room temperature for 5 hours. And this is going to be what's called the bulk ferment, I think. Oh gosh, I don't know. But we're going to leave it at room temperature covered for 5 hours, then come back, and then it's time to shape and actually get our hands in it. So it's going to be 5 hours for me and just a few seconds for you. So hopefully y'all are sticking with me, because this is, I don't know if I'm looking at this as kind of like a therapy because it's just very exciting and humbling, however you say that word without the H, I don't know. Anyway, just to kind of see how all of our work comes out, and then how we can improve and just enjoy the whole thing. And I know this is like very deep to just be bread, and I think I'm actually getting a little it's not just about the bread. I don't know if that even makes sense to anybody, but it's more about just kind of slowing down for me and being intentional about something and trying and seeing what works, what doesn't work. And again, I've said it a gazillion times, but realizing that it's not that serious, and I'm still not talking about the bread. So I don't know. Hopefully y'all are here for it. I'm excited to just document this and learn and experience all of this. So I'll see you back in 5 hours. Okay, so after you saw that sticky disaster last night, we left it in the fridge, and we're just gonna see what it looks like. And it pretty much looks the same. So it is cold, but what we're gonna do is pour it out on the counter, attempt to shape it with just a little bit of flour, just so it's not so sticky. And we've got the oven preheating to 450, and this is our second loaf. And I feel pretty confident that our starter is not ready anyway, but this is just a little trial and error. I think we can see you. Yeah. Oh, little best friend's back here making a cheesecake. So she's working on that, and then we're gonna attack this mess, but that's a whole different thing. We're gonna get this in the oven, and I don't know, just see what happens. But like I was saying, our starter is not ready. We have started where we started with just flour and water, typically 2 weeks. From everything that I've read and seen, we are not established, mature enough to actually make a good loaf of bread. So this is just experimenting to kind of see what happens. So it's fine. I'll waste a little flour just in the name of science. So I'm gonna bring y'all down to the counter, and we're gonna pour it out, shape it a little bit. I've got my parchment paper already ready. And if you use parchment paper, just as a little tip, wad it up so it lays flat. Major epiphany, but it has saved me like headaches. So anyway, let's get to shaping this loaf and see what happens. And what we're gonna do is shape, then I'm going to bake in this dish, and I'm going to put it in the oven. I'm not preheating this in the oven. I'm going to put it in cold, I guess you could say, and do it with the lid on for 30 minutes, and then I'm going to take the lid off for 30 minutes. So whenever I show you all the finished loaf, that's how we're getting there. So let's get this baby shaped and see what happens. I'm going to use these gloves because it was so sticky. It was about impossible to get off of my hands. And where I wash my hands a lot anyway, they're like raw feeling. So I'm gonna put a little, this is actually a mixture of whole wheat flour and all-purpose flour. So I'm going to put a little bit, because, well, last night was very rough. I'm gonna smush that up. It was so sticky. Okay, so we're just gonna pour this.
Did you touch it right now? Did you touch it yet?
No, I haven't touched it.
Can you help me open the milk?
I can do that. Okay. Okay, what do you need? Are you good now?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't need anything.
So it's got a, it's very cold, but that's what we have. So at least it's not sticking. What that means, who knows? But, oh, okay. So you see it's kind of pulling away. I'm not really expecting, wow. I'm not really, so here's what we have. So it doesn't really, wow. I'm kind of impressed with the texture anyway, but I don't know that I should actually do a whole lot with it, but I'm not expecting anything more than a hockey puck, really. We're just trying to get a feel for how the dough reacts, how to handle it, that kind of thing. So I'm not really, I don't know, I'm not one way or the other. And see, that's tearing, so it's not supposed to do that, but here we are. But I'm going to just kind of keep tucking a little bit. And we're definitely managing a lot better than we did. So it's holding its shape, and it's not just absolutely sticking to everything. So I don't know. We'll use that as our little, I'll just score it right through, you know, and make it like this, because I ain't doing nothing fancy. We're just gonna score it and then bake as soon as it hits 450. So here's what the bottom looks like. It's actually really pretty. Okay, so just trying to get a feel for how this dough kind of reacts to everything. I'm gonna try to scoot this flour over a little. And my plan was to actually, let me scoop this.
I'm done with mine.
Oh, you've already got yours ready?
I was about to put it in the fridge.
So I'm gonna just kind of smush this around a little bit. Hang on, baby, just sit over there on the side. I'll get it in just a second. So I'm gonna try to sit this. Let me make sure y'all can still see where I'm at. Okay, I'm gonna just kind of eyeball this and put it, and again, just trying to shape. So here's what we look like, and I'm going to stick it right in the middle. And we're gonna do, that looks cute. Okay, cute. I don't know if that's what we're going for, but that's what we have. And we're actually on 440 degrees. So I'm gonna go ahead and let me scoot you all over this way so you can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, so here we are here. And I'm gonna get this little fancy schmancy. Oh, sis, by the way, never touch this because it is a jagged razor, or not a jagged, but it's just straight razor blade. So we're gonna use this, nothing fancy. I'm gonna just cut around this side, I guess. Or should I go across?
Across.
Do like a cross, you think?
Yeah. Oh, that would be pretty.
Okay, I don't know if I can. Go a little bit deep, just to where it hits that line. And we've done here. So you can kind of see, let me start over this way a little bit and cut that. Okay, and then I'm gonna cut about from here, because again, we have no idea what we're doing. I was hoping maybe how these like seasoned bakers do this, these cute little designs, no idea, but that's as cute as we're getting. Okay, making sure I hadn't lost it. Okay, so I'm gonna sit that over there just for a second. Okay, so now we're gonna drop this into here. And I know we need steam, but I don't want this like in the bread, and that's kind of sticking to the bread a little bit. So I don't know if that's good or bad, but we're gonna do it like this and just kind of let it sit over the edge a little. And then put the lid on, just tight down as we can. And I'm actually putting this on the top rack, and then I'm gonna put this underneath it in hopes of not burning the bottom. Will it work? Who knows, but we're doing it. We're doing this all in the sake of science, in the name of science, all that good stuff. So we're gonna stick this in for 30 minutes.
Cheesecake.
Oh yeah, your cheesecake's awesome. If our bread turns out anywhere near like our cheesecake is, we've got it made. Okay, so our timer has just went off. Let's pull it out. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's very warm.
It's brown.
Oh my gosh! She raised.
Oh, it's pretty.
Oh. Okay, let me try to hold it up.
I'm gonna get some more cheesecake.
Oh yeah. Yay! I was like expecting 0 raise, lift, whatever it's called.
Rice.
We'll learn all these terms. Church drove me crazy. We'll learn all these terms later. Right now, we're just trying to perfect the bread. So let me pull y'all down, and we're going to, oh, she's so pretty. We're gonna have to invest in a, I'm actually gonna sit this over here and then pull it out of the,
Wrapper.
yeah, out of this little apparatus. Oh, hang on, the parchment paper is ripping. Ah, okay. So here is how she looks. And apparently I didn't, is that warm? Not really. I didn't score deep enough here, but I'm gonna pick it up. See if I can. Okay, so here is what we look like on the bottom, and here is, if you can kind of see, I wasn't expecting this much. So, oh, so this is, okay, that's just a little crunchy. I'm gonna see what it feels like. Sis, quit stomping for just a second. So it's crispy. And under there, okay. It smells very sour. Come here and sit and smell this, sis. See what you think about it. See how you would describe the smell. Do you have any?
Like,
I can smell the
Little
wheat.
Caesar bread.
Lip.
I'm being serious.
Okay, so I need to put a note, no copyright infringement, or intended, or whatever the word would be. Anyway, I can smell the wheat and just a little bit of sour tart something. So I don't know, we're gonna see. But I'm going to leave this on this towel because I don't have a cooling rack. It needs something else because this towel's gonna hold that in. I'm gonna find some type of something to leave it on and let it cool, because, oh, she's very warm, for about, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half, something like that, until it's completely cooled. And then I'll bring y'all back and we're gonna cut it and see how it looks compared to our loaf from 2 days ago. So I don't know, so far it looks a lot better, so we'll see. See you in a second. We've waited a long time and it is very hard. It is very hard. Well, I don't know, it's dense, but anyway, we're going to cut it and this girl is gonna try it.
I am.
What, yes, what it's gonna look like, who knows? But here we are. And there, I don't think there's any way I can get you all like cutting and all this at the same time. But I will try. Sissy, get out of the chicken. Baby girl.
I put some on, I accidentally put some on the oven.
Wow. Okay.
I'm just gonna put that because I don't want to get burned today.
Okay, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make sure they can see, because her reaction is going to be 155% raw honesty. Ain't it beautiful?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, let me bring you down so. Okay, here we go.
What color is it inside?
Brown. Probably like a light brown.
Look at Sadie.
I know.
No, Sadie!
She's,
That's low.
we've got to invest in a cutting board. Okay, so here we go.
Oh, actually, get me off her face right there. I'm the chef, so.
Oh yeah, baby's the chef, so let's go. Let's bring, we have holes, but it is also gummy, like down here. We're gummy down here, and then it's not so much up here. So I don't know, we'll see. It smells just like, it smells just like the one from the other day, actually. But
Can I have a little piece?
it looks pretty. Yes, you can have a little piece. Okay, so here we go.
On the side. Or a big.
Well, I was just gonna, I'm gonna cut it right here and give you, just gotta be careful. Not break the teeth out because it's a little, some mushy. Okay. At least this knife does work a little better than the other. Okay. I don't know. It's just like, this is like tacky. See?
That feels like wet nails.
I don't even remotely know how that does that. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this piece in half and we'll try it at the same time, okay? You ready?
A little bit. Not too much.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, okay. But we've actually never had sourdough bread. Try up here at the top. Hang on, we're testing. Okay, ready? Ready?
Not awesome.
Mine's great too. Oh, I don't like that at all. But
I like the crust.
yeah, come here, honey, you try. Oh, I just don't. Oh, right up here at the top.
Don't eat it.
Because it's
Don't-
like mushy down here.
It
It's
ain't
gummy.
done.
Yes, it's
Don't
done.
eat
It's
it.
just a whole thing.
Don't eat it. It's nasty.
Top bone ain't bad.
The top ain't bad.
It's like armpit, but
So it definitely tastes sour. I don't know that I've ever had sourdough bread before. Maybe we should try some like professional before we hit professional status. And see.
Might go.
I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, thank y'all so much. Hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up, and we'll see you the next time. And we're gonna wait a little while until our starter gets a little more mature. And I don't know. We'll see. Maybe it's supposed to taste like this. I don't know. But we're gonna figure it out. See y'all next time.